Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so excited for this video because we are going to be testing out the Glossier Cloud Paints. I have personally never tried the formula before, but they came out with 2 new shades and they are me colors 100%. As soon as I saw them, I knew that I needed them. I feel like it's not often that I see like multiple shades that are new that are released and I just am like give it to me, but I just had to order these. I really have not tried that much from Glossier, but I've heard that their cloud paints are their best product, so I have high hopes. We have the shade Soar, which is a really beautiful, like hot, cool tone pink. And then we have the shade Wisp, which looks like such a pretty, like lilac-y, purple, just trendy little blush moment. So I figured that we could try these out today. I'm gonna try one out on each cheek so we can see how they both look, do some swatches. I have a few comparisons to compare to Soar of other like pink liquid blushes that I have, but I actually don't own a single purple liquid blush to compare this to. So it's definitely gonna stand out in my collection. Let's just go ahead and pull these out and start swatching. I love how tiny the packaging is because I feel like liquid blush normally tends to go pretty far. You only need a little bit at a time. And sometimes when you see certain liquid blushes, like for example, I know I'm not like an average consumer. I have a lot of makeup, but like the Rare Beauty blushes, they have so much product. I feel like I could literally use this for the rest of my life and keep going. So I like that this is a little bit more compact. Ooh, so pretty. So here is Soar. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is beautiful. That is a Barbie pink through and through. I would say it looks like it has like a little bit of a glow to it, not like super luminous, but definitely not matte either. That's so pretty. Before we start comparing things, let's do a little swatch of Wisp. I said that like I have a lisp. Let's do a little swatch of Wisp too. Not wait any longer. Ooh, okay, it's very purple. Okay. Ooh, it's so pretty. I feel like it actually kind of matches my walls. Like everything that's happening in my office right now, it's the same vibe. That is so beautiful. I'm like nervous because I've never tried a cream purple blush, but I think it's gonna be good. I think I'm gonna love it. Oh, I think I'm gonna go on my arm and swatch all these liquid blushes together just so you guys can see. I don't really have more space on my hand, so I'll start off with Soar again. Do another swatch, because why not? So I actually just tried this blush, but this is the Bubbly Blush Balm from Flower Beauty, which is a similar price point. It's only a few dollars cheaper than the Glossier ones. This one's a little bit more of a pinky purple. I can tell you that already, just like looking at them side by side. Okay, why does that actually look purple in comparison to Soar? Huh. I'm gonna swatch that next to Wisp as well, just so you guys can see, because I was like, I don't have any purple blushes. But it didn't look that purple when I applied it the first time. So there's what Bubbly looks like. It's almost like a mixture of these 2 shades together. It's definitely more on the purpley side than I realized though. Okay, I also have a little liquid blush from Milani here. This is the Cheek Kiss blush in the shade Pink Flirt. To me, this one's a little bit more of like a coral. So that one is not as pigmented. You can see the shade kind of just went away. It's a little bit more of like a pinky orange. I'm gonna do some more because that swatch is sad. Okay, so there is Pink Flirt. I also have the shade Happy from Rare Beauty, which could possibly be kind of similar, but just a little bit more rosy. I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit just so it looks the same as everything else. So there's Happy, just a little bit warmer. Those are the liquid blushes that I have that are similar. I wasn't planning to swatch cream blushes in comparison, but I just need to do this one. I have Ofra Heart Eyes, which is a really bright hot pink cream shadow, which obviously is thicker, completely different formula, but it's a really bright hot pink, so I kind of just wanted to put it right here next to Soar. Okay. Just so you guys could see how those 2 look next to each other. So I feel like we've determined that the shades are beautiful. Let's go ahead and start applying them. It does say that for best results, you should apply with your fingertips, gently squeeze a tiny dot onto the finger, and blend onto cheeks, add more as you wish. So that's the tips that they have on the packaging. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit better, which by the way, if you're loving the way my skin looks right now, I just tried out the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint from Danessa Myricks, and it is like shockingly so beautiful. I was expecting to like it, but I didn't know I would like it this much. So let's go ahead and let's start off with Wisp because I think it's really pretty. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand before I blend it onto my cheek, just because that feels right. So I'm gonna start off with my finger, just kind of picking that up a little bit. Just trying to start off with a minimal amount so we can see how much we need to build it up. Okay, it definitely looks kind of glowy. And I would say right off the bat, that to me is pretty pigmented. Like I barely even used what I put on my hand. Like that probably would have been enough for both cheeks. So that's super pretty, just like a soft purple moment. I'm gonna use what's on my finger, or sorry, I'm gonna use what's on my hand and just build it up a little bit just to see for more of that like intense purple. I slightly feel like an 80s pop star, but in the best way. That slightly took over my cheek. I did not go in with any bronzer before this just because I didn't want it to like mesh with the shade of the blush at all. I just wanted to show you guys the blush by itself, nothing else happening. And I think it's really, really pretty. I think that I'll like it more with some bronzer, with some highlight, and like being a whole moment versus just like a bunch of purple, because I feel like when I do a blush look like this, I prefer it to be just more of like a soft pink, like it looks a little bit more like natural to the skin and like how I blush, whereas this is a little bit more glam. And formula wise, it was really easy to blend out. It has a pretty finish. It doesn't feel like super sticky or anything like that. So let me grab Soar, try to use a little bit less product, but I don't know about that. Like even just that tiny amount seems like more than enough. Ooh, okay. That got pigmented really fast. You know what I'm gonna do for this one? What I like to do sometimes is I'll apply the blush with my fingers, like kind of starting out, and then I'll just take my beauty blender, pawpaw sponge, whatever sponge you wanna use, and just go over that just to soften it up. Okay, that looks really pretty. Like look at that finish. The shade is perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna use my sponge and grab the rest of that just to see how that blends. Okay. So I feel like if you're wanting that super impactful pigmentation out of this, go in with your fingers. But for me, it's pretty pigmented and I have pretty fair skin, so I think I'm gonna prefer applying them with a sponge. I think that's really, really beautiful. So there is Soar and there is Wisp. I'm really loving the formula. I feel like for me, it's very important to see how they end up lasting throughout the day because I want my blush to stay where I put it. I will make sure to do a pinned comment of how it wore throughout the day, but I was thinking it might be fun to try a little bit of this as eyeshadow and lip color as well, just while we're here and we're already playing with them. So I'm gonna grab the pink on a fluffy blending brush and just throw that onto my lid and blend it through the crease. I just kind of wanted to put these to the test as many ways as possible in one video. It's kind of giving pink eye. I'm gonna go in with this highlighter I have right here. This is the Hot Shot highlighter from Nomad, and it's like this really pretty kind of like pinky purple base. I'm just gonna use that over top just because I feel like it'll go with the colors that's on her cheeks already, and it's gonna save this. It's gonna make it look like I meant to do this and not that I'm really sick. I'm just grabbing the Unearthly Cosmetics and Heather Austin Resurgence palette, and I'm gonna go into a little bit of this white right here, the shade Life, because I feel like I need a little something, a little pop of brightness on my inner corner. And then just throwing on a little bit of mascara. I'm gonna stay with the packaging. It is kind of hard to control how much you're getting out of the tube because it like wants to squeeze really fast. But maybe that's just because they're brand new and super full. But I tried to take just a tiny little bit of wisp and I'm gonna throw it on my lips. Just like a really pretty soft mauve-y moment. I've been loving the way cream blush looks on the lips because I feel like it looks kind of like matte and blotted and it doesn't really look like lip color, but it looks so pretty at the same time. All right, y'all, so that is the finished look trying out the new Glossier Cloud Paint shades. I think they're so, so pretty. Could not be more happy about the two shades that are here. I love that this is such like a bright, bright pink. I mean, obviously I was able to make it a little bit softer, but I definitely want to play with these more. For me, like I said, I'll reach for this more when I'm going full glam, but I love the way it looks on the lips. I actually think this and the highlighter on the eyes ended up being stunning, and it was so, so fast to do. So overall, I'm really happy. This is just a first impression, so if you're wanting to hear my full thoughts in the future, make sure that you're subscribed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!